If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. This is one of my favorite poems from this book. There's a few others here that I really like. Let's see. I like hug-a-war. I will not play a tug-a-war. I'd rather play at hug-a-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. Hmm. Ooh, I like this one. Listen to the mustn'ts. Listen to the mustn'ts, child. Listen to the don'ts. Listen to the shouldn'ts, the impossibles, the won'ts. Listen to the never haves. Then listen close to me. Anything can happen, child. Anything can be. I love that one. I also like Early Bird. Oh, if you're a bird, be an early bird and catch the worms for your breakfast plate. If you're a bird, be an early bird. But if you're a worm, sleep late. Oh, this one is so funny, smart. My dad gave me $1 bill 'cause I'm his smartest son. And I swapped it for 2 shiny quarters 'cause 2 is more than 1. And then I took the quarters and traded them to Lou for 3 dimes. I guess he don't know that 3 is more than 2. Just then, along came old blind Bates. And just 'cause he can't see, he gave me 4 nickels for my 3 dimes. And 4 is more than 3. And I took the nickel to Haram Combs down at the seed feed store, and the fool gave me 5 pennies for them, and 5 is more than 4. And then I went and showed my dad, and he got red in the cheeks and closed his eyes and shook his head, too proud of me to speak. is so cute. But yeah, there's a few of these. Oh, I like this one. Forgotten language. Once I spoke the language of the flowers. Once I understood each word of the caterpillar said. Once I smiled in secret at the gossip of the starlings and shared a conversation with the housefly in my bed. Once I heard and answered all the questions of the crickets and joined the crying of each falling, dying flake of snow. Once I spoke the language of the flowers. How did it go? How did it go? Oh, that one is so sad, but I really like it. Fish. The little fish eats the tiny fish. The big fish eats the little fish. So only the biggest fish get fat. Do you know any folks like that? Don't we ever? photos. Just me, the model, and one of these boys. I don't think, can we even go to Machu Picchu anymore? People kept climbing where they shouldn't climb. And now we're all banned from climbing. The, is that where the pyramids? Yeah. tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. Hmm. Mm. Tortoises have a more rounded and dome shells. Okay, so tortoises spend most of their time on land, and turtles are adapted for lifespan in water. I thought it was the other way around. Like, turtles sound like they should be on land. Hmm. Really cute though. My god, they have little hands. Turtles have more flipper like legs or webbed feet to make it easier to cruise through the water. Hmm. This article's from the Nashville Zoo. Mm. Oh, what is that? A crayfish. Oh, that looks unfortunate. What are hell benders? Instead of water, they bend. Let me stop. Mm. Oh, they're salamanders. That's interesting. I wonder why they call them snapping turtles. It's really windy today. Let's read something nice. Such a nice day deserves some nice words. Des vous, de vous. The awareness that the moment will become a memory. Oh, that this moment will become a memory. You were born on a moving train. Even though it feels like you're holding still, time is sweeping past you, right where present moment already turning into a memory, even as it's still happening. Somehow, you know in advance that you're going to remember this day for years to come. You can almost feel the presence of your future self looking back at this moment. Of course, by then it'll mean something very different. Maybe you'll cringe and laugh, or brim with pride, aching to return. Or you'll focus in on some random detail hidden in the scene, a future landmark making its first appearance, or discreetly taking its final bow. So you look around the scene, trying to tell in advance what this moment is going to mean. It's as if you're walking through the memory while it's still happening, feeling for all the world like a time traveler. You notice how strange it all seems. All the quaint little gadgets and fads and slang terms that never made all that much sense. All the faces around you, still so young and vibrant, fretting about the day's concerns, not yet realizing that this world is already out of their hands. That all of this will soon be swept away and replaced by something different. And yet, nobody is stopping to take it all in or revel in the nostalgia of a world that once was. For them and for you, it's still a bit too early for that. In a way, you really are a time traveler, leaping into the future in little tentative steps. A part of you is like a kid stuck in a strange land without a map, with nothing to do but soak in the moment and take one last look before moving on. But another part of you is already an old person looking back on things, waiting at the door for your grandchildren, who's trying to make their way home for a visit. You are two people separated by an ocean of time, part of you bursting to talk about what you saw, part of you learning to tell you what it all means. Hmm. Oh, I like that. I remember one time I looked at an old photo of myself and I thought I was so cute. But I remembered thinking that, not thinking I was cute at that time. I remember feeling awkward in the picture. But then I looked back and it was like, girl, what were you talking about? You were so cute. So now, whenever I whenever I don't feel my best, I think of my future self looking back at present me and going, wow, you're so cute. And I just take that. I take that moment from the future and I just apply it to the present. Why wait for me to think I'm cute when I could just do it now? It's kind of how I have been living. Mm. to type because I kind of use the notes app like a almost like a journal. I look back at all the things I was saying and thinking, and that it that's kind of cringe. I don't remember thinking it was cringe, but still, even that is so cute. Mm. Some fool's guilt, a pulse of shame you feel even though you've done nothing wrong. Passing a police car while under the speed limit, being carded after legally ordering a drink, or exiting a store without buying anything. That's a familiar feeling. I mean, not too familiar, but I always feel that when I pass by a police car, even if I'm going at exactly the speed limit. No, end zoned. The hollow feeling of having gotten exactly what you thought you wanted, only to learn that it didn't make you happy. Oh, that's devastating. Mm. Lissamania. This one's for the overthinkers. The irrational fear that someone you know is angry at you, that as soon as you wander into the room, you'll be faced with a barrage of questions that gradually escalates into a frenzy of outrage for reasons that you don't understand. Oof. Ah. Mm. Ah, Pauvism. This one I'm totally guilty of. The frustration of being stuck inside your own head, unable to see your face or read your body language in context, only ever guessing how you might be coming across, which makes you think of yourself as a detached observer squinting out at a lushly painted landscape, though everyone else you see, though to everyone else you seem woven right into the canvas. My God, I always get stuck in my head, just thinking and thinking and thinking and going around in circles, and I can never guess how people see me. I always get it wrong, like consistently get it wrong, which is crazy. You'd think I'd get it right at least once. There've been so many times when I think people don't like me, but they're just intimidated. And then later they tell me, oh, I was just intimidated. And I'm like, intimidated by what? And I'm like, I thought you just didn't like me. Which is like fine. I enjoy my own company, so if someone doesn't like me, then they just don't like me. Not everyone is for everyone, you know? But it's really baffling how I always get it wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm. I like this word. Salience, the brilliant artistry hidden all around you. It's fun to think of your favorite musician back when they were just starting out, setting up to perform on a street corner at a time when nobody had any idea who they were. It makes you wonder if you had been there, passing on the sidewalk as they played an early masterpiece. Would you have noticed? Would you have stopped to listen? How strange that something so vibrant as art is so nearly invisible. How strange. We look up at the architecture or savor each bite of a meal cooked with care, or stop to pay attention to the music playing in the background. That's far better than it has any right to be. It's only after someone points it out that you finally catch the tune. It makes you wonder if there's brilliance all around you, hiding in plain sight, just waiting to see if you'll notice. Who knows how many Van Goghs you might be walking past, busy doing their work just a few years too early to recognize. Maybe the next Emily Dickinson is living just down the street, sitting on an unpublished masterpiece. Maybe she doesn't even suspect it any more than you do. We assume that if a piece is any good, surely it'll find an audience. But maybe it's mostly luck. Luck that they're not already famous, or luck that the right person just happened to look up. In art, as in love, one never knows how two people find each other, if they ever meet at all. Just imagine how much courage it must take to set a guitar case down on the cobblestones and make that first move, hoping it'll resonate with someone passing by, to keep pouring your heart into something, even if it falls on deaf ears, reaching out in the face of indifference, just trying to give people permission to care. Indifference is easy. It takes a lot of courage to fight back against it. So maybe we should stop and count ourselves lucky that there's still someone out there fighting the good fight. Oh, that is too close to home. Instead of the streets, though, we're all online fighting to catch attention. And wow, the field is crowded. That one hits way too close to home. We do assume that if it's any good, it'll find an audience. you already like. Rarely does it give you something new, something you could like. Doesn't really like to take risks. Mm. Aftergloom. The pang of loneliness you feel the day after an intensely social event, as the glow of voices and laughter fades into a somber quiet. Yeah, I don't have that problem. I get intensely drained, and I have to be by myself for like days after just to detox from all of it. But I don't think I'm an introvert though, because while I'm at the social event, I'm the life of the party. I'm dancing and talking to people and laughing. Then I get home and I just crash. Just, it's crazy. Mm. Mm. I love the smell of books. The library was my third place when I was growing up. I would go there after school consistently. Sometimes I could see birds out there. Mostly I just hear them though. awareness that you are not at home in the wilderness. Sometimes you move through a city and feel in your bones how strange and new this all is. The spectacle of modern civilization, just barely older than you are, with its cramped logic, its rules and grid lines and rigid justifications for why the world must be the way it is. And there's a part of you that thinks you are not at home here, that still remembers Eden and longs to return. The story of humanity is a move from the countryside to the big city, but it's happened so fast that our brains are still stuck in the hinterlands. There's a part of you that longs to leave your car idling in traffic, hop the fence, and flee into the forest, to wander for miles through open territory, forced by fate to live in the moment, your eyes glued to the horizon, your ears tuned to the rustling of leaves, to feel the lushness and harshness of the wild, the clarity of eating and killing and growing stronger, to live off of the land without tools or simulations, and experience nature in all its simplicity, raw and different and ferociously real. And yet, another part of you knows that Eden is a fantasy. Even our oldest symbols of nature are deeply unnatural. The plants we eat are sterile, swollen, unrecognizable to the food chain. Our domesticated animals are mere caricatures of their wild ancestors. The family dog is just another piece of technology designed and bred to serve a purpose. And you too are a domesticated animal, shrouded in synthetic fibers and synthetic thoughts. Even if you wander off to sleep in the woods with a stove and a backpack, everything from the buzzing in your ears to the howling in the distance will be trying to tell you you are not at home here. As much as you want to sink your claws into the dirt, you'll always be floating somewhere above it, trailing clouds of civilizations wherever you go. We need to believe in the fall from Eden. We need to believe that we corrupted a place that has always been pure, but maybe all along we had the story backwards. Maybe we were the ones who cast out the jungle, who stripped it naked and tried to cheat it good and evil, breaking it down into pieces that served a purpose. We couldn't handle the true state of nature, the overwhelming chaos, the corruption and the mutations, the fluidity of interconnections, and the fecundity of the soil, where nothing is pure, where life and death are intertwined. So we decided to turn away, barricaded ourselves in a walled garden. Maybe we were wrong from the start. In the beginning, there was everything. Oof. Yeah, I'm definitely not at home in nature. I only really adore it in theory. Hmm. I don't mind most animals at a distance. up humans. I actually really like humans. I think we're so interesting. Sometimes when I'm on social media, I go to someone's profile and just try to figure out their story. Like, wow, we are an interesting bunch. Speaking of story, notice Tollins, the sense that your life doesn't fit into a story. Your life is a story, a torrent of overlapping moments rushing at you in no particular order. As the days flip past, it all happens far too quickly to absorb, a mess of seemingly random events. Every once in a while, you look back and highlight certain memories as important as turning points in the main plot. You trace each thread back to its origins, finding omens and ironies scattered along the way until it all feels inevitable and your life makes sense. But there are times when you look up and realize that the plot of your life doesn't make sense to you anymore. You thought you were following the arc of the story, but you keep finding yourself immersed in passages you don't understand. Either everything seems important or nothing does. It's just a tangled mess of moments that keep changing depending on what you choose to highlight. You look around and wonder, what kind of story is this? Just another coming of age tale, the same one your parents told with the names switched around? Is your everyday life part of the origin story of something truly epic? Are you unwittingly getting by on others people's charities, mistaking your own luck for your own success? Are you a character in a romance, a tragedy, a travel blog, or just another cautionary tale? As you thumb through the years, you may never know where this is all going. The only thing you know is that there's more to the story, that soon enough you'll flick back to this day, looking for clues of what was to come, reading all the chapters you tried to skim through to get to the good parts, only to learn that all along you were supposed to choose your own adventure. Hmm. Yeah, the story of my life definitely doesn't make sense right now. I think that's where a lot of us are, just trying to figure it all out. Oh, I can see the birds. This is a nice place for bird watching. Maybe I can do something where I just let you watch the birds. I don't know. They don't come at a regular interval. I've lulled myself into a well, a pre-afternoon nap state. In any case, I feel a nap coming along. So I think I'll go and do that. Is it even afternoon? Oh, it is. Perfect. Oh, more birds. Hmm. I also need to clean up down here. Should not be coins in the jewelry box. Or pens. Well, it's about that time. I will see everybody later. I don't know if I will be doing anything tomorrow. I think I'm probably gonna take a break, even though I've only been doing this for like 2 days. But it's Sunday, so I think I'll take a break tomorrow and come back Monday at around 11:30. I try to do these for an hour, but if I have a if I finally stop procrastinating on some of the things that I have to do, we could make this 2 or 3 hours of co-working, more co-working than background like noise. It helps me when I'm working to have someone there, whether in person or virtually. So I think I will do that. I'll let you guys help me get things done and hope that I'm helping you get things done. But those are thoughts for Monday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.